with another video. A live video here, just to say welcome and thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you for the subscribers that have been here throughout the years. And so it's just been a wild few days. And so a lot of people have been asking me, are you buying subs? Did you, what's going on? And so I wanted to come on and say hello first of all to the subscribers and to everyone that has supported the channel over the years. So, as you guys all know, I had put up a post, I believe Friday night, maybe Saturday morning, and I said I have reached 6,000. I have been looking to get to 6,000 subscribers for a while because I have this Zotar Speaks replicate cabinet that I wanted to give away. And for those who don't know what that is, if you guys remember the movie Big, there was this cabinet, or this, I want to say genie, but not a genie. Unplug this. Come on. All right. So this Zotar Speaks. If you remember the movie Big, Tom Hanks made a wish. He said he wanted to be big, and so the next day he woke up. He was no longer a kid. He was big and grown. So this is a pretty cool thing. I have it turned off. I guess I got the volume down. I'll be sharing with you your fortune. But it speaks. It is animatronic, so it moves. It actually gives tickets, fortunes. There's actually fortunes on the back of this. Pretty cool thing. And so I have one of these. I bought one, and the company gave me one to review. And since I already bought one, I thought I would give one to you. What are you waiting for? Come on. So I've been waiting to get to 6,000 subscribers to be able to give this away. That day has come, and so I'll probably do a live show on Friday night after the Super Game Room dudes, and it'll be must be present to win maybe, because it can be kind of hard to try and track down someone to try and get contact information, things like that. So I want to give away the Zotar this Friday after the Super Game Room dudes. We do a live show at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we typically get done around 10, just after 10. So after that, I will do a live drawing for whoever is in the live broadcast. It's going to be separate from the Super Game Room dudes. I'll do one similar to this, and we'll just do a random thing. And so that's that. So I'll do maybe a short or something just to announce that. I'll schedule the live broadcast for that as well. But the title of this live is "What Had Happened Was," and so a lot of people were curious what in the world happened, because I announced that what up though, what up Kirby, B Kirby. I announced that hey, I got the 6,000 subscribers, 2 million views. Now this 2 million views is over the span. Let's turn this guy off. So just so you know, this thing can be set to automatically talk every 5 minutes or so, or whenever the motion, this little black thing is a motion detector. So if someone walks by it, then it'll talk only at that point in time. So it's a pretty cool thing. It actually takes little tiny quarters that comes with it, or you can just push the button to get the ticket. But pretty cool thing. But I digress. So what had happened was, I reached 2 million views and 6,000 subscribers, and I made a post about it on my channel, and then suddenly, I think that was Saturday. Suddenly, I looked up and it was like, you've reached 3 million subscribers. I'm like, what is happening? So if we go back in time, on Friday, I was surfing the web like many of us do, and I came across this video, and I said to myself, "That is pretty cool. Uh, I'll share that so people know about this event in Singapore called the Pac-Man Carnival, and you can look it up on uh, Instagram." And so I uploaded the video as is to my channel. Didn't think anything about it. My 5,000 subscribers would see this video and enjoy it and make their comments and go on about their lives, right? Uh, but I looked up the next day and this thing had gone viral. It had reached like, I don't know, 9 million views like overnight. Um, and I had never been a part of anything viral. I had no intent of going viral. I just simply shared something that I thought was interesting. As you guys all know, the 99.99% of anything on my channel is homebrewed. I created myself. Um, and so it's very rare that I shared something from someone else. So I'm not versed at how that works. And so um, I posted it and then it went crazy. And just every hour it was like, you're 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million. And every day it just kept going. Um, and the subscribers were coming in as well from that activity as well. And so rapidly from 6,000, it just kept going up to eventually where it is now, like 11.6 thousand. So I appreciate the new people. And now all of these people were interested. This video was of Pac-Man. My channel does a lot of retro gaming, talk about a lot of these arcades, which I have 3/4 scale size and all the way down to 1/6 scale. I enjoy the arcades. I enjoy Pac-Man. I enjoy all these things, right? So I, I'm just overwhelmed by this. It's like, what is happening? And it was literally like, I don't know, maybe half a quarter of a million comments, uh, likes, all these things, right? No way I can keep up with all the comments that were going on this thing here. I'm going to work and, I got a family. So I was really surprised by it, and it was. I would say it was quite an experience that I've never uh, felt before. So I was enjoying it, and then it's come to an end. So what happened was the the content owner did a copyright strike. What up? What up, Kevin? Thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Did a copyright strike on the channel and had it removed. Now she said that she tried to contact me through the comments again over more than half a million or quarter of a million comments. She she tried to speak to me in the comments to say this was hers. Of course, there's no way I can see that. Um, and if she with a video with 1,000 subscribers, you're gonna get somebody in there saying, "Hey, this and that," and talking smack and doing what people do. So you imagine there was all kinds of conversations on this video. Um, Now with YouTube, they have a process. If you own the uh, material and you think someone's using it improperly, they have a process for you to, you know, because YouTube know what my email address is. Obviously, it's tied to my Gmail account and tied to YouTube. They allow content providers, owners to send an email through that system, sort of like Amazon, how sellers can talk to you but they don't know your contact information. You can send a message internally. They chose not to do that. I guess they were upset that I was using their material without their permission, and so they chose to avoid the civil route and went with the more destructive route. The strike doesn't hurt the channel unless you get three more strikes and then you're out. And literally, they will close down your account and your account would not be. So it's not a good thing. If it was avoidable, she said she tried to do it through the comments, and I don't know if it's probably a language barrier. Her email was very articulated, but that might be a chat GPT response. as well. I don't know, but but I was it was exciting. It was exciting to see this growth, to see this activity, to be sharing something I have a passion for, to see all these people excited about this thing. But I digress. The video, what it was, and I'll put a link in this thing here. But if you look up just Pac-Man Carnival, and you'll see this video, and there's many copies out there that that other people were sharing, and I'm assuming she's going to put copyright strike, or maybe they did the proper thing. She said I didn't acknowledge that was her. I honestly didn't know where I got the video from. I just saw it, downloaded it, and put it. Just share it. I again didn't expect this type of response. It was definitely a lesson learned. I definitely learned the proper way to do it. And so if I choose to do that in the future, I definitely have more information. So I'm thankful for that. Thankful for the new subscribers. Um, but it was just. I mean, you can go viral in a positive way. You can go viral in a negative way. So obviously, this was a little mixture of both because I was using some content that wasn't mine. So I apologize to her. For using it incorrectly. That was not my intent. My intent was not to gain financially or even subscribers from it. I just thought it was cool. I thought the people that were currently subscribed to me would love to see this. But it was this event in Singapore where they had this live Pac-Man maze. So the participant becomes Pac-Man, and they get to run through this maze. Now it's not a exact replica of the game, and you don't have power pellets where you get to chase the goats if you get that. But they had the lights on the floor, and as you that represent the dots, and as you pass through the maze, the lights would go off, and they had the waka 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 sound and all those things going at the time. So pretty cool thing, and but you got to run. I think the rules is you don't supposed to run or touch the goals and that type of thing to keep everybody safe. But you can move pretty fast. A fast walk through this to try to avoid the ghosts. And it was a really cool thing. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. I think my audience would love to see this. Um, and so I shared it, and the rest is history. Um, So with the copyright strike, they removed YouTube automatically removed the video. If she would have contacted me in a way that I could have received it, I would have just took it down. I had no problem. Again, or I would have gave her the credit, whatever she needed for it to be up there correctly. I would have simply done because again, um, my intent was not to steal her property and to gain from her efforts. It looked like she's from Singapore, and it looked like she's involved with the company possibly. Or she's just a YouTube content provider that's just happened to be in Singapore that can able to get actual video and share it with the world. So I definitely encourage you guys to go check it out. It's pretty cool. It's just a 1 minute video, so it won't take a lot of your time. Um, but it's a really cool concept. But the 18 million people that came and tuned into my channel to view that video, all the comments were exactly the same. Where's this? When can I do it? When is it going to come to my area? Um, so there is a company called Infinite Entertainment, I believe, out of Singapore, that their intent is to take IP or intellectual properties like Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Harry Potter, whatever your IP may be, and make these type of events where they can uh, show off that character, that IP, and make it a festive thing for people to come and enjoy. And the amazing thing about this carnival was like a $2 and less than $3 entry fee into this carnival, and they had obviously this stuff for you to buy, a exclusive store. They had where you can get things that you couldn't get anywhere else, but from uh, that store they had Pac-Man uh, carnival rides and events and live music, on stage performers. They even had some arcade one up Pac-Man cabinets and other cabinets that people can play. Everything was Pac-Man themed, and it looked like a blast. It's actually still going on in Singapore until the 11th of this month. So it went from the 12th December 12th through the 11th of January. So the people that are near Singapore that can get there and enjoy that is definitely something you want to see. Hopefully this thing catches on. Obviously, there's a lot of attention. I pulled up her video, but on the mobile version of Instagram, it shows you the amount of views. On my computer, it doesn't show me the amount of views. Um, but she definitely had millions of views. I think there was a lot of other people that have a copy of her content, whether it's permitted or not done the proper way, like I did. Uh, they didn't have as many views as mine did. So mine definitely. I don't know if I was the first person to do it after she had put it up. I'm again. I had no idea who she was. I had no idea where I got it. I just saw it and shared it. So um, strike, copyright strike. So I got 90 days. I have the strike on my channel. If I get two more strikes, then they close down my channel. So definitely not something I want to do. Nothing I intend to do. Um, but it was pretty cool. I mean, a lot of people were wondering what is going on. What up, though? What up, Antonio? I see Steph here. How you doing? Do you have Pac-Man fever? Obviously, yeah. I have. Pac-Man is one of those staple uh, arcades that games that every arcade should have. Every arcade should have. If you if you if you're trying to create a home arcade, there's no way you can't have something in the arcade that has Pac-Man. Because when you see Pac-Man, it simply means arcade, right? Um, is prior to Pac-Man, we had, you know, uh, all the things in the games were either lines or ships, right? Or it was the first character that people can resonate with, and it wasn't a masculine. Even though they came out with a Miss Pac-Man, it you know, it's called Pac-Man, so it's obviously a male, but it was a icon. It was like a it was a it wasn't a person, but it was something that everybody could relate to. It was a living thing, right? That people could relate to. That had to eat. It was eating these dots. You know what I mean? It was being chased by these ghosts. It was just a fun game. It still remains fun, and there's so many different iterations. I have every possible way you can play Pac-Man here in the house. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man Plus, Super Pac-Man, Baby Pac-Man. Got Pac-Man on the pinball, at Games Pinball. Um, I have so many different ways to play Pac-Man. I don't have a three-quarter scale Pac-Man because I'm still waiting for the one that just makes me buy that because I can play it so many different ways. I have a quarter scale um, Pac-Man, which is 1/4 scale. I have quarter arcades. I have a Miss Pac-Man by Arcade One Up, the countercade, and that has Pac-Man Plus and Pac-Man and Galaga and those type of things. Um, I obviously have multi-cades that I can play Pac-Man on 1/6 scale with my Donkey Kong one, which is one of my favorite games. I'm a vertical guy, so Pac-Man is where I live in that vertical world. I love vertical games. I do play other games, Tekken and Street Fighter and things like that, but I I was born in the mid '60s, and I was at the perfect age when the arcades came out to really enjoy those. So I really enjoyed the vertical games: Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Donkey Kong, Frogger, all those vertical games. And so I have many ways to play those things. Prior to 2018, when Arcade One Up came out, I played those games on just my TV, right? And so it's awesome to be able to walk up to a cabinet, whether it's three-quarter scale or 1/4 scale or 1/6 scale. I definitely enjoy being at a cabinet and playing as opposed to um, playing on a TV, sitting down with a controller. I want to have a I want to have a joystick in hand and control it. Ted, hey, how you doing, brother? Uh, Ted Adams says my favorite version is the Atari 7800 Pac-Man. Um, a big orange grid said I grew up playing random arcades in the local pizza shop. Missed those days. Yeah, the thing with arcades back then, before all the big what they call arcades were born. These arcade machines, they were just video machines, right? Uh, they were wherever people could put them. So they were at the local stores, right in the lobby as soon as you walked in. They were in the laundromats. They were in the bowling alleys. They were in any place that had a little space that could get those quarters from people. Uh, a gaming trend you love or miss? Um, Let me think about that. Well, I miss being able to put quarters into arcades, and so my favorite machines here, I have put real coin doors in it because I want to be able to put a coin in it. Yeah, when we were going to the arcade, we hated having to put a quarter in it, right? Because it cost us money, and we may not have had money to put in it. Um, but we also had they went from quarters to tokens, right? So you had tokens, and I still prefer tokens over those cars that you use at Dave and Buster's and other places. I definitely despise those cars for a couple of reasons. Again, I love the quarters, quarters and tokens. Quarters being the best option, obviously because it's actual currency, and if you chose to play, if you got change for $1 and you only spent 50 cents, then you go home with 50 cents that you could use on anything else. So that's the logical reason to have a quarter, because it's still currency that you can use otherwise. A token was a little better because at least you can decide, I'm not going to play these other two tokens, but I have to come back typically to that establishment. But I could come back and play those tokens, you know. Um, the thing about the cars that I don't like is that they intentionally made the value. See, a quarter or a token, you knew what you got, right? It costs one token, two tokens, or four tokens. Um, should the Packers play Pac-Man when they lose this Saturday? I hope it's the Bears and the Packers. They're both in our division. If they both could lose, I would be rooting for that. I'm kind of rooting for the Packers. P Dubs is a Bears fan, and Michael B is a Packers fan. Um, so I would, of those two, I would. I don't really want either one to win, but of the two, I would rather Packers win simply because our offensive coordinator went to the Bears and became their coach. Now, I have no problem with people excelling in life and the millions he, made as opposed to going over to and staying with us and going to be a head coach over at the Chicago Bears. That's a wonderful opportunity for him. I would have preferred he went somewhere outside of the division and did his thing, but since he's in the division, um, I prefer the Packers win instead of him and his team. So that's my position on that. So, but I don't care either way if either one wins. But if I had to choose between the two, I would choose the Packers for that reason. Um, Willis earned a lot of money this year. Packers ate the worst. Go Bears. What up, Steph? Um, yeah, so yeah, I'm just really bummed out that the Lions just like the other teams that didn't make it. They didn't take control of what they can take control of, and I actually think they needed the Packers to lose out, which uh, happened, and I think all the things that they needed to happen happened, except they didn't take care of what they had control over, so they're out. Um, yeah, Packers wear those cheese on their heads like idiots. My favorite team is the Bears, and whoever is playing the Packers. Um, yeah, my cousin, she's a big Packers fan, and she's just fanatic about it. Just, I'll put up something on my page like, "Good luck this weekend, Lions, go Lions," and then she like come out and just has to say something about the Packers on them. Like, why don't you just make your own posts about the Packers but she always has to come and put her Packer stuff on my Lions thing. So that's funny. But yeah, so that's what happened. So essentially doubled the subscribers unintentionally, just by sharing something I thought was interesting. And so I'm thankful for the new subscribers. I'm thankful for the extra attention that the site has, the website or the channel has garnered. But I wish I would have done it the proper way. Now I know the proper way, so going forward, I'll know what to do. And maybe I can come across the next viral thing and go through the proper channels to utilize it, and and that would be something cool. But it was pretty wild just to see those numbers just climbing off of a 1 minute, less than 1 minute video was wild. It would have been even more exciting if it was my own content that that went viral, obviously. But again, my intent was not to go viral. My intent was to share with you guys that. So I definitely encourage you. If you hadn't seen the video, I'll put a link in there. But if you search for um, the Singapore, if you search for Pac-Man Carnival Singapore on Instagram, whatever one has the biggest numbers of views, that's the one. And her name is, it's kind of a weird, something not weird, but hard to say. It's like Coochie, Kiewc. I don't know how to pronounce that. But that's the original owner of that. And it looks like she's related or connected to the either the carnival or the people who put on the carnival. So that's pretty cool. But again, I my channel sent over 18 million people to check out that carnival. Uh, I wish I would have put her link or name in it like I should have done. Um, I had done a second video to give people more information about the carnival because they kept asking me, "Hey, what is this? Where is it?" And that one I know I definitely put the credits in, but again, um, I was ahead of the game at that point in time. But the first one again, I had no intention I had no idea that I was going to catch fire like that. I think they consider that mega viral, not just viral. But so that was pretty cool. Um, so I'm not going to keep you guys long. I just wanted to update people. But again, I'm going to do a live show immediately after the Super Game Room Dues on Friday to give away this Zotar Speaks unopened. Takes little tiny quarters. It moves, talks, gives out fortunes. Comes with 2 rows of fortunes. You can choose to have it actually spin the tokens, or I'm sorry, uh, dispense the fortunes or not. So you have total control of that. Um, you can choose whether you have to try and put those little tiny credits in, or just hit the button to, you know, apply a credit. But pretty cool thing. Thank you guys for checking me out on the live. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thanks for the existing subscribers who supported me over these many plus years. Probably won't see this type of excitement at this type of level this soon, but I definitely look forward to continuing to give you content that's worthy of your attention, of your time, and of your love. So I appreciate you, and until next time, I'll see you on the web.